Well, good morning, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back again. I know, long time no see, right? I've been getting tons of questions about why I haven't been on YouTube for the past 2-3 days. Well, nothing major, just kind of felt like taking a break. I don't mind making YouTube videos, but like I said, we had a party this past weekend, and I was going to film there, but these guys are really adamant they didn't want to be on YouTube, so I decided to just kind of leave the camera down for that night and just have a fun time, and we really did. We had good food. As I said before, we made a couple huge crock pots full of chili. My dad picked up hot dogs and fried chicken from Farm Fresh, so we all ate pretty good. My mom did a salad, and she also made cornbread and a couple of desserts, and I'm sure my blood sugar spiked that night. But yeah, it was really fun. We ate, and then we went outside once it got dark, and we sat around the big fire pit. My dad, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys remember this. A long time ago, I did a video about an estate cassette tapes I got in an estate sale, and part of that deal was this little cassette holder. Basically, it was supposed to hold like 100 cassettes or 50 or 150 CDs, and it never worked right. It never would hold cassettes properly, and it didn't hold CDs properly either. So we finally decided to burn it. Basically, we wanted to see what would happen if we threw it on the bonfire, on the pit fire. Yeah, it really did. It made a bonfire. It must, whatever they used, number one, the wood was really, really dry, and number two, whatever they used to coat it with, they used maybe like something like Thompson's wood seal. That thing went up so quickly. We had flames shooting about 7-8 feet in the air, and it only that huge thing only lasted about 5 minutes, and then it burnt down to nothing. We were totally shocked. But it was fun. I mean, I wish I was able to get pictures of it, but like I said, I didn't even want a chance taking photos because these guys are really strange about having their pictures or video taken. So maybe next time, depends on who we have over for a party. Don't have too many big plans today. I think Mom wants to go grab a calzone for lunch at one of the local pizza places. We only do that every once in a while. What we usually do is we'll split it because the calzones are basically like family size. We cut it in half and we each have a piece, and then Dad usually gets pizza or something. I do want to show you guys a few things that are going on around here. If you see right behind me, I have another computer. Show you guys the specs on this one real quick. This is an HP Pavilion. Let me see, I don't remember the exact one. I think it's an A6000 series. It's got a Core 2 Duo, 5 gigs of RAM. I know, kind of arbitrary, right? Well, actually what I did with this is I made this out of spare parts that I had lying around. I was cleaning out my closet again the other day, and I said to myself, boy, I got a lot of parts just kind of lying around. I said, let me see if I can build a computer with it, and this is what I actually came up with. You know what I just realized? Let me shut that off so you guys can hear me a little better. Let me show you what specs-wise this is. This, like I said, began life as a Vista system. It was upgraded to Windows 7, and then I actually upgraded to Windows 10. And I was just looking at doing some updates, but I think the updates are complete at the moment. Here are the actual specs on it. Again, you can see it's a Core 2 Duo E4500 running at 2.2 gigahertz with 5 gigabytes of RAM, and it's running the 64-bit version of the operating system. I don't know why this window reports it was only using 3.5 gigs of RAM. I verified that is not the case. It is using the full 5 gigabytes of RAM, so this is reporting an error, and I'm not exactly sure why. But, I mean, this thing actually runs pretty decently. It's got a Seagate 500 gigabyte hard drive. and I get in there, I could show you the model number. You can see it is pretty speedy. I mean, for what it is an older system, but I mean, it's definitely a good everyday system for somebody who wants to get on the internet, you know, watch videos, write term papers, things like that. The disk drive is an ST3500630AS. So I always like those Seagate drives. I have quite a few of them. I have 2 of them in my media center PC over there. I have a Seagate drive in my HP, and I have 1 or 2 in my main system, and they always seem to do well by me. Let's see. Video card is decent in here. It's just the built-in one. It's the Intel graphics. Actually, it is good enough to do 1080p HD. I was watching a Saturday Night Live that they posted up on YouTube in 1080p, and it was perfect. Fluid, no lasting effect or anything. So, yeah, not too bad. And it's got all the usual stuff in it. It does have a DVD burner with Light Scribe. This was when HP was really crazy about that Light Scribe feature. I never really used it myself. Maybe I tried it a couple of times. My issue with it, not only were the discs expensive, but for the label to be legible, you would have to put it on the best quality setting, and it would take like a half an hour to burn that label on the disc. And it just was never worth it to me. Up here you have your 12-in-1 media card reader, expansion bay, and then one of these weird HP Pocket Media Drive bays. A lot of you guys probably have never seen this. Back maybe, I'd say between 2006 and 2010, HP decided that they wanted to go ahead and make their own portable external hard drive, and they came up with this drive that was basically a hybrid. The drive itself, when used in one of these computers, you could put it in here and it would work like an internal drive, and then let's say you wanted to take it with you and use it on something like your laptop, you would eject it, and then the drive would actually have a USB port, and you'd hook a cable to the back of that and then to your laptop, and then you could use it on a laptop or pretty much any other computer that didn't have the internal bay. Well, the only problem with this was HP was not very good with their standards. They were very proprietary. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even just one of these. There was the HP Pocket Media Drive Bay, and then there was the full-size drive bay, which you would find in the higher-end media center PCs. There were just too many different variants of it, and and they were expensive too. When I worked at Best Buy years ago, one of those drives, oh my gosh, they would cost, give me an example, whereas maybe a regular external drive was $100, this was like $200. It was twice the price, and it was so proprietary that we hardly ever sold any of them. I can maybe remember selling one in the 4 or 5 years that I worked there, so not one of HP's better ideas, unfortunately. Then in front you have your various audio ports, microphone, headphone, and that one is either for surround sound or it might be for the wireless antenna, I'm not sure. 2 USB 2.0 ports, and yes, this does actually have a FireWire port in it. Alright guys, now that I kind of got you up to date, it's time to go get some coffee, some go-go juice, and I need a real strong one. Ooh, what happened to my face? There we go. So I am going to use the Keurig up here and make it. Got to go ahead and turn it on. That's going to be nice. And I actually went to Big Lots the other day down in Virginia Beach, and they actually had my absolute favorite K-Cups. These are Victor Allen's French Roast Dark Roast coffee K-Cups, and if you are into coffee and like strong coffee, these are some of the best ones that I've ever had. They are really inexpensive. You get 80 of them for $25. And if you have a Christmas tree shop near you, sometimes Christmas tree shop gets these in too, and theirs are only $20. So $20 to $25, depending on where you go, for 80 of these dark roast K-Cups. Not a bad deal. This Keurig is still working well, as you remember probably. This is the one that I picked up at the garage sale a few weeks ago for, probably about a month ago now, for $8, and all I had to do was clean it up. I think they were actually I don't know what the heck they were doing with it. Maybe they were using it in a shop or something, because the entire top of this was covered with like soot. And I think that's why she sold it so cheap, because she knew the thing was filthy. But that's, you know, that's me. I don't mind it. If something's dirty and I know I can clean it, if I get a good deal on it, then I'll spend the time. I mean, this took me like 2 hours to clean, and you know, some people say, well, it's not really worth doing that because you're spending so much of your time cleaning it. Well, you know what? It was kind of like a labor of love. I mean, if I was to go out and buy this brand new, it would have cost me $80 to $100. So I figure, you figure 2 hours of your time, you know, it's still worth it. It's still worth in the investment. And I did try it before I actually started the cleaning process, because I want to make sure that once I cleaned it, you know, it was actually going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my coffee, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Talk to you guys in a little bit. What? What are you trying to tell me? You tell me you want some? What do you want? You want to be pet? What? She was just sitting here a minute ago talking her head off. She does this every day. As soon as I come downstairs, multiple times, she'll just sit right there until I go over to pet her. I know you guys have seen this before, but she's being really cutesy this morning. Well, I guess I better go and give her some attention. What you want, big girl? Want to say hi to everybody on YouTube again? Everybody else likes this. Everybody likes to say hi to LT. What? Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Show your face. Show everybody your pretty kitty face. You've been a good girl. I know you haven't, because I know you've been sleeping on the kitchen table. I could see your hairs on it, for one, and I can see all the placemats are moved away. So yeah, no, you haven't, but you're sweet, so we forgive you. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Pumpkin? Isn't that right? Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Alright, guys. Well, I just noticed they are street sweeping today. Looks like Dad's running to move his cars. Boy, if you have allergies, I would say you shouldn't be outside right now. Yeah, I should probably go move my car real quick. See if I can get my keys. They usually warn us before they street sweep. I don't know what the heck they're thinking. They usually send like a little flyer out or something. Yeah, don't have too much time. Man, I gotta move this car. It's hard to film and do this one-handed, I tell you. Let's see, I gotta figure out where I want to move this to. I can move it down the street for a minute. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'll probably just park it across the street, since they already did that side. Alright, I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. Plenty of time. I just decided to park it on the other side of the street for now. Once he comes down, which should be in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I'll move my car back to its usual spot. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys. I am absolutely floored that we still have some knockout roses. This is November 16th, and we've actually had a frost a couple of nights. As you can see, they're still blooming. Got one there, got a couple over there. I'm just floored that these are still blooming, and it looks so nice this time of year, because, you know, leaves are starting to fall off and everything just kind of gets brown and dreary. Let's see if this has anything. I got one left, and it looks like it's dying off. You got to watch it though, because you can see you got a couple thorns right there. Yeah, but this one's starting to die off. I would guess it was nice while it lasted. Let's see how the trees are doing. You can see down here in Southern Virginia, we really don't have too much foliage yet. Leaves are just starting to turn on this oak tree here. The beech tree over there probably has the most that have turned. You can see that they get like a very bright orangey color. I don't know how well the camcorder's picking that up. This tree, hardly anything's turned, pretty much all still green except for a few of the inner ones there, like right there. So yeah, be a little bit longer before we get a lot of foliage. That's the fire pit again that we used for the party. Had a lot of fun with that. We actually burned quite a bit of wood. Let me show you guys the wood pile. I don't know if you guys remember this. This was stacked originally about 3/4 of the way up the fence here. Look at all that. I would say just with the party the other night, we used probably that much wood. So I'd say at least 10 pieces. And these are good sized pieces of wood. I mean, you can see that the guy that did it did a good job. He's had a log splitter. He would split them right on site, take the trees down, split them on site, and even seasoned them because these things are dry as can be. They burn so nicely. And you can see Dad and I have been collecting kindling that we put back there. So basically it makes it very easy to start the fire pit when we need to. You want good little pieces like this. Anything thicker than this for kindling, it's too hard to burn, but luckily that's about what we usually get around here. I hear the street sweeper coming. Alright, street sweeper's gone, so it's time to move my car back. Woo! That sun is in full force today. I'm not even sure what the temperature is. Let's see what my car says, if it's accurate at all. 63 degrees. Yeah, I believe that. It's actually really warm in the car because the sun's been beating down on it. Thought I'd also give you guys a little update on my town car. She's doing really, really well. I had an issue with the emergency brake. It's not the brake itself. I found out that the light on the dash here does not work. It's not that big of a deal except when I actually use it and forget that it's on, which I did, I'd say about a week ago. It didn't last long though. I could tell something was wrong because, you know, the tires were dragging. But other than that, this car is running perfectly. Let's see what we got on here if my camera will pick that up. I have 93,000 miles on it, so yeah. She's not a baby anymore, but she's still got a lot of life left in her, and this thing is such a pleasure to drive. All right, we're all done. The streets are clean, and time to continue on with this day. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed the vlog. I'm going to go ahead and end it here for today because, like I said, I don't really have too many other plans. Please remember to like and subscribe. Keep subscribing, guys. My subscriber base is going way up, and I really appreciate it. And as always, have a blessed day.